Hello, welcome to Hitchhiking Stars. I am from the Paiva. This is all about the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. So I promised, and here I am, giving you a little bit of information about Uranus-Jupiter. This is a very, very special transit. We're all talking about, a lot of astrologers are talking about, and not only talking about, but really looking forward to and expecting the best, really, from this transit. So let's have a look together at the different flavors that this transit will reflect. It will be happening at the end of April. There's a kind of a window there, to be honest. I think between the 14th of April, which is, is already within orb right now. And, I think I made my words, Liz Green's words, saying nobody wakes up on Saturday at 10 a.m. with Saturn on their ascendant. There is a process. So we're already going through this process of Uranus and Jupiter meeting in the sky. So it's already within orb right now. I don't know if you guys can feel anything, if you can see any positive manifestation in whichever area this Uranus-Jupiter is traveling through in your chart. I certainly am already. So it is within orb already. I would give a bigger window of like between the 14th of April till the 30th, this second half of April, it will be pretty much exact on the 21st and 22nd, but it's still, like I said, is within orb, so it's happening. So what I'm going to do now, rather than sharing my software, I'm going to share a talk I've given. It's like a tiny bit of a talk I've gave before about Jupiter Uranus. So without the case studies and, because there's a lot of stuff. I'm just going to share with you the bit that had the bit that has the imageries, which I think are the most interesting bits for this right now. So okay, so the first one there we've got is Fly Me to the Moon. I think that is really connected with the feeling of Jupiter Uranus taking us higher, bringing us to new heights, the sense of above and beyond. There's more to life, there's more that can we accomplish, we can really do this, I think there's a sense of confidence that might be triggered, that might be awakened by this transit of Jupiter and Uranus as well. And in fact, there is a lot of correspondences between the space run and all of that, and transits of Uranus and Jupiter. So, going to the moon or new breakthroughs in relation to anything to the space run really is has happened during a Uranus Jupiter transit, or it's some very important part of the cycle, in our position and whatnot. Now, Fly Me to the Moon, there's also a song, and that was the reason why I chose that as one of the imageries, which was also written during, I think, if I'm not wrong, a Uranus-Jupiter conjunction as well in Cancer. So there we are. There's this feeling of flying to new heights. Second imagery here, Eureka moments. So powerful Eureka moments. That's another one. Breakthroughs of all sorts. And this is Richard Tarnas. Hey, if you do have Richard Tarnas's book, the big one that he has, where is my one? Cosmos and Psyche is just behind me here. So there is a whole chapter of Cosmos and Psyche just about Uranus and Jupiter, and this huge, beautiful research that Richard Tarnas did on what was going on when we had, a lot of the conjunctions and whatnot of the Uranus-Jupiter. And one theme in common is big Eureka moments, big breakthroughs in art, science, education, all sorts of different fields in human history, really. There's all sorts of like big breakthroughs. So you can translate that into your life. What would be your Eureka moment? What is it that you've been trying to crack the code all of this time? You've been trying to do it. You've been trying to get ahead and you haven't been able to. Well, Uranus Jupiter might help you with that. The Statue of Liberty. So liberty, freedom, breaking free, that's another theme that Uranus-Jupiter can be bringing to your life right now. The Statue of Liberty itself was a gift from France, and it was given during a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction as well. So it kind of carries in its imagery, it carries this flavor, this theme, really, this archetypal theme that Jupiter-Uranus can bring into our lives as a transit as well. So breaking free, moving on, moving ahead, leaving something behind, moving on from a rut. If you need some more freedom in your life, more space, that's all connected and constellated as a potential, as a possibility with Jupiter Uranus. Thunder and lightning, that's another one. Classic picture image for Uranus-Jupiter conjunction and the cycle as well. I mean, Jupiter is Zeus, who had all to do with lightning and thunder and whatnot. And Uranus is Uranus, the god, the father sky god. And he's also Uranus in the chart is all about insights, being outside the box, doing something differently, finding your own, dancing to your tune, finding what your tune is, letting go of a kind of a herd mentality and stuff like that. So I think the thunder and lightning here is really the speed that things can have, and the trigger of that speed as well, and the speed of ideas, of new visions, new perspectives that might really that might be really beneficial there, that might really take you on a complete new direction. What house is this Jupiter Uranus falling into? Is it activating any of your personal planets, any of your angles? What's going on? Because that's where you can experience the thunder and lightning, the Jetsons. The Jetsons, really, they were created when, if I'm not wrong, again, I've given this talk quite a while ago. If I'm not wrong, it was when there was an opposition between Jupiter and Uranus. And why did I decide to put the Jetsons as a theme? Is because it is connected with visions of the future, ideas about how things are gonna go, where things can go. So our ability to imagine progress and to act accordingly, or to take action, or to create something, an idea comes from that sense of vision. So the Jetsons comes as this sort of future oriented kind of energy, kind of ability that we have to look forward, to imagine, and based on that imagination, to really create beneficial things, cutting edge, innovative things. Innovation is a big word for Jupiter Uranus conjunction as well. Creative genius, that's the next imagery, that's the next potential breakthrough here. Is really in our process of creating what you've been stuck, you haven't been able to move ahead with, you've been like going round and round and round. You could have a big breakthrough. You see, together with the thunder and lightning and the creative genius, you could definitely have a big breakthrough. I mean, there are loads of breakthroughs in science, like I mentioned, with the space run, but also with medicine, vaccines, and a lot of like really good things that were created during a Uranus-Jupiter. So people were thinking about stuff and trying to move ahead, and then the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction came along, and they had massive progress with their research, with their ideas, with their pictures, with their art, whatever it is. We can really tap into this archetypal energy of the creative genius. Where is our creative genius and benefit from being in touch with that part of ourselves? And the last theme that I got is Icarus. Icarus is this mythological story. He had this like wings made of wax. His dad said, hey, don't fly too close to the sun, and he did. And then obviously he felt the wings melted and so on. So that's a bit of a warning, really, for this Jupiter-Uranus transit and inflation and overextending ourselves, thinking that we can do too much when, we're not really looking at reality or being grounded enough. Jupiter-Uranus will meet in Taurus, so it does require us to be grounded and to be thinking and spending energy on things that are tangible, that we can actually see results, that are like quite grounded and real and earthy, So Icarus comes here as a little reminder. See how high can you actually fly? Do not just, do not overextend yourself or step into hubristic, thinking that you're bigger than you are or better than you are or somewhere where you're not yet. Keep humble. I think that's a great advice with this final imagery there. Oh, there's some astrologers' perspectives, this revolution in progress, positive, exciting. Again, Adam Illenbach saying there, danger of manic, ungrounded enthusiasm. But there is a sense of successful innovation and the most dazzling, according to Richard Tarnas, the most dazzling and milestones of creative and emancipatory activity across many fields. So how can you bring that into your life? That's the question. That's the question. Huh? And this is the chart of Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which that's set for São Paulo. That's where I am at the moment. It doesn't, the ascendant and the houses will be all different for you all around the world. But this is the exact conjunction. Will be happening at 21:49 minutes, and that's the 20th of April. Well, that's the exact. It will be happening with Venus Chiron conjunction. Venus rules the conjunction of Uranus and Jupiter. So Venus in Aries will be ruling that, and it will be conjoined Chiron. Again, we're going through such a huge Chironic Aries, North Node in Aries, solar eclipse that's just, just happened around the corner now, and all of the healing that we're working in connection to being who we are, standing by our values, having the courage to be a leader, and all of that. I think that's also part of the signature of this Jupiter Uranus as well. We have Mercury retrograde conjoined the North Node. So really revisiting and rethinking some of the big lessons that we're going through, that we really need to master. The moon is at 29 Virgo as well. So it's the end of a sign, it's at the end of a cycle, is gone through every single degree there of Virgo and just ready, almost ready to move on, to this fresh start, which, starts here with a trine to Pluto as well. So there's something, I don't know, it's something that we're still doing, that we're still dealing with during this new cycle of Jupiter Uranus as well. And I don't know, there's something really important, really big, really. That's the feeling I have with, Mercury retrograde on the North Node, Venus Chiron, the Sun square Pluto as well. I think for us to tap into the juices of this Uranus-Jupiter, we're going to need to deal with some unpleasant material, unpleasant obstacles, unpleasant feelings that, might shake us a little bit. The wounds on our sense of I deserve to be here and I deserve to be heard. I deserve to be an individual, in my own right. I don't need to just please everybody and everybody's opinions. That's the South Node in Libra and all the shadows that we're dealing with. So there's something quite big here. I do have the feeling. So I really hope that you can tap into that. This information makes sense. It gives you a little bit of inspiration here. And what about you? There you go. I do love this slide. How will you use this energy of Uranus and Jupiter? Are you planning on manifesting something? How you're going to get through the wounds and the uncomfortable feelings in order to manifest something new in your life? It's like in order to be successful, we have to get out of the way. Or some part of us needs to get out of the way. So how Are you gonna do that? Are you, aware of it? What's going on? Like, I'd love to hear from you. For me, it's definitely work related. Um, I'm gonna stop my share because that's bibliography and a lot of other things there. But for me, it's definitely work related. This Jupiter Uranus is right to my sixth house, very close to my descendant, so opposition to my ascendant, and I'm really hoping to make some brilliant partnerships for work and whatnot. Maybe get a personal trainer. That's Jupiter Uranus in the sixth, near the descendant. Um, but yeah, have some breakthroughs in my routines and my daily job, and bring the abundance, and not only abundance of work but abundance of fulfillment into it as well. So I don't know, what about you? What are your plans? What houses is Jupiter Uranus falling? And yeah, I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful month with this beautiful energy. And I will be seeing you on Friday because I'm always here with Transits Fridays, right? So I'm Fernanda Paiva, Hitchhiking Stars. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.